Everyone. So here's some things that I've learned this week. You cannot open my QuickTime videos, and when I make a video and then post it to YouTube, there's a limit on how long that video can be. So moving forward, I'm going to only do 2 examples from yesterday's worksheet for you, but then I will post all of the answers so that you can check the graphs that you made on your scrap paper. You do not have to turn in hard copies to me, okay? I just want you to keep practicing. There's going to be no new content for today. I'm going to give you that time to go back and either do the 2 Khan Academy assignments that are there on Vertex form or to redo them if you've done them and you're not happy with your scores that I've already posted in Infinite Campus. Okay, so here we go. They are giving you this quadratic equation in what's called vertex form. And they're calling it vertex form because these 2 numbers, the one here after the x and then the constant here at the end, give you the coordinates of the vertex. And just like when we were doing finding the zeros and we had to take the opposite of the number that was in the parentheses, we're going to do the same thing here. So the vertex for this parabola is actually at -2, -3. And so I'm going to go to my graph. I'm going to find -2 on the x. I'm going to find -3 on the y. And I'm going to plot my vertex. Now, we also have learned in prior lessons before we left school that this number, this a value right here, tells us whether or not the parabola opens up or opens down. This is negative, so we know our parabola is going to open down, right? A negative a value makes the parabola open down. We also can figure out what some of these other points on the parabola are. If you want to do the math, you could put in an x value, and I would suggest putting in 0 for x because it makes the math really easy. Or in a prior video on YouTube, you might have seen that this number tells you how many down to move for every 1 that you move your x value. So with that being said, if I were to move from my vertex over 1, I would then have to move down 1, 2, 3 to get my next point. And because the parabola is symmetrical, we know if we go the other direction and go to the left one and also go down 3, we get another point. And by connecting those points, we actually can sketch the graph of our parabola, and it would look something like this. If you want a more detailed parabola, you could put in more values for x and get more points. All right, so let's skip over here to number 2. Again, this number is the location of your vertex. That's the x value. This is the location of the y value for your vertex. We take the opposite of the one that's in the parentheses. So the x value is actually -2. The y value stays exactly as this constant, +3. So now on my graph, I'm going to go -2, +1, 2, 3. There's my vertex. The number in front this time is a +1, right? We don't write a 1 when it's in front of the parentheses, but we also know that it's positive. So now we have a positive a value, which tells us that our parabola is going to open up. And because this is a 1, for every 1 I change my x. So from here, if I go over 1, I'm going to go up 1. Here, if I go left 1, I'm going to go up 1. And then again, I can start to sketch my parabola. If I want to find where this is going to cross my y-axis, that's when x is 0. So if I wanted to find y when x is 0, I'm going to put a 0 in for x. I have the +2, and I'm going to square it. I'm going to add 3. 0 plus 2 is 2. 2 squared plus 3. 2 squared is 4. 4 plus 3 is 7. So I now know that my y-intercept is way up here at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So take a look at this. From this point, I had to go over 1 and up 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to do the same on this side. I'm going to go back 1 and up 1, 2, 3. Now I have a better view of what my parabola is going to look like because I went and found that extra point. And so my parabola is going to look like this. Okay, so that's what you're supposed to do for the remaining 6 problems. I am going to post the answers to those other problems for you, but at least you can watch this video so you can get a couple more examples viewed. All right?